Jack Nicholson, born John Joseph Nicholson on April 22, 1937 in Neptune City, New Jersey, entered life under circumstances as complex as any role he would later play. For much of his childhood, he believed his grandmother was his mother and that his real mother was his sister, a truth revealed only in adulthood. That early family secret read like something straight from a Hollywood script and foreshadowed the layers of complexity Nicholson would bring to the screen. Growing up in a working-class household, Nicholson was drawn to performance and storytelling from a young age. His first steps in Hollywood were humble, running errands as a gopher at MGM's cartoon studio, before slowly working his way into acting. The climb was anything but glamorous. Nicholson began landing bit parts in the late 1950s, often in low-budget B-movies produced by Roger Corman. Though these films didn't catapult him to fame, they gave him training and resilience. The turning point came in 1969 with Easy Rider. His portrayal of George Hansen, the alcoholic lawyer, earned him his first Oscar nomination and thrust him into the spotlight. It was the beginning of a legendary run. Throughout the 1970s, Nicholson built a reputation as one of cinema's boldest performers. In Five Easy Pieces, 1970, he embodied alienation and inner conflict. In The Last Detail, 1973, his raw mix of humor and heartbreak captivated audiences. Then came One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975. As Randall McMurray, Nicholson gave one of film history's greatest performances, winning his first Academy Award for Best Actor. His defiance against Nurib, Ratchet became a symbol of 1970s counterculture. In 1980, Nicholson took on The Shining, directed by Stanley Kubrick. His descent into madness as Jack Torrance and the unforgettable line, "Here's Johnny," cemented his place in pop culture forever. 3 years later, he softened his image in terms of endearment. 1983, as retired astronaut Garrett Breedlove, winning another Oscar and proving he could move audiences with tenderness as well as terror. In 1989, Nicholson reinvented the Joker in Batman, delivering a flamboyant, menacing yet darkly comic performance that redefined how villains were portrayed on screen. Nicholson continued to surprise critics and audiences. In A Few Good Men, 1992, he thundered one of cinema's most iconic lines, "You can't handle the truth." He embodied corruption and authority with unforgettable intensity. He tackled Jimmy Hoffa in Hawa 1992, spoofed alien invasions and Mars attacks 1996, and then in 1997 delivered a career high with As Good as It Gets, playing obsessive-compulsive novelist Melvin Udall opposite Helen Hunt. Nicholson balanced cruelty with vulnerability and won another Oscar for Best Actor. In About Schmidt 2002, he shed his usual bravado to play a lonely widower hour, a restrained, heartbreaking performance, hailed as one of his finest. A year later, he unleashed his comedic energy alongside Adam Sandler in Anger Management 2003 as the eccentric therapist Dr. Buddy Ryle. By 2006, Nicholson was back in villainous form as mob boss Frank Costello in Martin Scorsese's The Departed. His unpredictability electrified every scene, earning him a Golden Globe nomination. He followed in 2007 with The Bucket List alongside Morgan Freeman. As Edward Cole, a guarded billionaire confronting mortality, Nicholson struck a balance of wit, sorrow, and reflection. The film inspired audiences worldwide to live boldly. Nicholson married actress Sandra Knight in 1962, and they welcomed a daughter, Jennifer Nicholson, in 1963. The marriage ended in 1968. But Nicholson remained a supportive father as Jennifer pursued her career in fashion design. Though he never married again, Nicholson was linked to several high-profile women. His long romance with Angelica Houston began in 1973 and lasted nearly 17 years, a relationship filled with passion, volatility, and mutual admiration. He also fathered children with other partners, including daughter Honey Hallman with Danish model Winnie Hallman, and 2 more children, Lorraine 1990 and Raymond 1992 with actress Rebecca Broussard. Both Lorraine and Raymond later entered the acting world. His personal life, colorful and sometimes tumultuous, reflected the same intensity and unpredictability that defined his screen roles. Now at 88, Jack Nicholson looks back with a reflective honesty that only time allows. In a rare, candid moment, he opened up about his late friend, Robin Williams. Words filled with both admiration and grief. "Robin was like lightning in a bottle," Nicholson said thoughtfully. "You never knew where he'd go, but you always knew it would be brilliant." Nicholson described how Williams could instantly transform a room. He could turn silence into roaring laughter in seconds. I don't think the world will ever see that kind of raw magic again. But Nicholson also emphasized Williams's depth. People saw the whirlwind of comedy, but Robin was one of the most thoughtful men I ever knew. He felt things deeply, maybe too deeply. That was his gift and his burden. He remembered the tenderness in Williams's eyes, even when he was making others laugh until their sides ached. Despite their different personas, Nicholson with his sly grin and dangerous edge, Williams with his boundless improvisational energy, the two shared genuine respect. He listened, Nicholson recalled. Really listened. In this business, that's rare. He didn't play the Hollywood games. He cared about people. The loss of Williams in 2014 shook Nicholson deeply. When Robin left us, it was like a light went out in the world. I remember hearing the news and just sitting there unable to believe it. It seemed impossible that someone who gave so much life could be gone. Nicholson admitted Williams's passing reminded him of the fragility of even the brightest souls. We think these people are larger than life, but they're human just like the rest of us. And sometimes being human is the hardest thing. Nicholson's voice grew softer as he reflected. Robin had this generosity of spirit. He gave everything on stage, on film, or just sitting across from you as a friend. That's what I'll always remember. He wasn't just funny. He was extraordinary. By finally speaking openly, Nicholson offered a heartfelt tribute not just to a fellow actor, but to a friend who left an indelible mark on everyone he touched. As Nicholson himself enters the twilight of his legendary career, his memories of Robin Williams remain vivid. In telling the truth about his friend, he revealed not only the artistry of Williams, but also the profound human connection they shared. One that continues to resonate long after the laughter has faded.